little bit cloudy, a little bit windy, a little bit chilly. We're getting after it. Second day on the water of the year. Hopefully we find them this time. Last time, still a little early, but I think they'll be moved in. Just got some crabs. Got the spear guns on the boat. Let's get it done. End of day, Owen.
Yeah, we're gonna go up into the upper bay.
Oh, what happened to your eye?
Fuck you.
All right, so the boys are ready to go. All right, what's up, guys? So this is a trip I went on about a week ago, and this first clip is from just Sean and I diving. This next section is just us gearing up, getting ready to go. It's just us two diving a spot that we like to hit pretty often early in the season. It's a good spot in spring because the Tautog like to hole up in the rocks, and a lot of times we'll do that right before spawning. So we're in the water at this point. We've done a few drops in deeper water and weren't finding them, so I moved into the shallower water and was just kind of scanning around, seeing if I could find some fish. And I think on this dive, sure enough, I was able to spot a few. Yeah, you can see a couple heads sticking out right there. And I shine a light in there and you can see a lot of fish, and that was kind of just a good way to key into where the fish were. And at that point it was kind of game on for Sean and I getting into the fish. So these dives are pretty shallow, probably not more than 15 feet or so about 5 meters for my New Zealand friends. And this is kind of a jetty that extends a few miles out into the ocean, in Narragansett Bay actually, so not the open ocean. And it descends down to about 60 feet in some areas. Pretty rapid drop off, but we're just diving the top section of it. See that white chin right there? The best way to tell between a male and a female Tautog is that they'll have that white chin, white spot on the side, so we usually call them chinners when it's a male like that. And I do usually try to just shoot the males when I can, because it's a more sustainable way to be fishing, since the females are obviously responsible for the next generation. Only takes one male to repopulate a reef, but a lot of females. So after that, kind of we're locked into what we had to do, going around in the holes. Luckily, I remembered to bring my flashlight this day, so we were able to just pop around in the holes, spot the fish, and do a little extraction. So pretty fun way to be diving. Alright, not sure why that clip made the cut. Sorry for the editing, guys. It's pretty rough. This is going to be my first video. Kind of just doing a voice over some various clips. You can see Sean is pretty underweighted there. I think he's still got his weight belt from Florida, where he's doing a lot of skin diving, so he didn't have the buoyancy of the wetsuit, and forgot to throw the extra weights on before we went out there that day. So he was struggling to get down. Sean and I do a lot of spearfishing together. We've been training for the last few months, just doing pool training, and it does help to get a little bit better of a bottom time and hit some deeper depths. See that white chin sticking out right there? Picture perfect scenario for Tautog. that was it for the session.
The shot of the
That's a
day.
little cunner.
Hard to replicate that.
Smallest and biggest fish of the day. Stick the whole thing in there. Shot a little.
And yeah, had to get the little post-dive snack.
Pretty good.
Alright, so this next set of clips is from a quick after-work session Sean and I went on just a few days ago. So this is about like 3 days after those first few clips were filmed. And this is a sunken tugboat in Narragansett Bay. Water temps right now are really cold, probably upper 40s. And this time of year, like I said earlier, the Tautog will go really shallow and they'll start to hole up, and that's what they do before spawning. So a lot of times the shallow structure is where you got to go to find these fish. This is my first dive. A lot of times on your first dive, the fish will be out in the open and kind of curious, checking you out. And then after you shoot a fish, it's like a SEAL protocol or spearfisherman protocol. They know there's a predator in the area, and they seem to start to hole up. And they'll do that across the whole reef. So you kind of get one chance at like fish swimming around the open, and then you have to start going around and picking them out of holes. This is a pretty short spear gun I'm using. I think it's a 70 centimeter, which is really useful for when I'm going around these holes, especially when I have the flashlight in my hand. It makes it a lot more maneuverable underwater, and you can track it left to right a lot faster and get a shot off in tight quarters. And then looks like I switched back to my other gun. Didn't want to deal with the hassle of that little tangle, so did a quick swap, got back in the water, going back down this reef. Still some fish swimming around in the open. You can see that nice chinner right there. I'm just waiting for him to present a good shot. He's freezing up right there and hit him pretty good. Nice secure shot, so I felt confident to just take him to the surface. Visibility's not great, maybe just over 10 feet, but it's really all you need for diving a spot like this, and sometimes actually can help you get a little closer to the fish and close that gap to take the shots you need. So in this, I actually spotted the fish on my way down, and I knew he was going to pop out. Tautog are such curious fish. A lot of times if you go down and sit, the fish will poke their heads out and check you out, and it gives you an opportunity to get a shot off, and that's what happened in that clip. Patience pays off. Alright, so in this clip it looks like I'm swimming from the bow of the boat to the stern along the port side, and just kind of cruising along that bottom edge. You can see this boat has sunk pretty deep into the ground over the years, and the fish are kind of just holding right along the edge. There's a decent tautog. You can see that big white chin. Waiting for him to pause, give me a shot, and there it is. Nice stone shot. A lot of times I'll try to aim for right at the top of the head, a little further back. If you go too far forward, then you kind of just hit like the cheek, and it's not really going to do much. Too far back, you start to mess up the meat a little bit. So right in the middle there, kind of behind the eye, is a good place to aim. Alright, so on this drop it looks like I'm going down on the stern of the vessel, which is a big cave there. So I've got the dive light in my hand. You can see just a ton of fish are holed up back there. I think some of them had probably moved towards the stern after I had started to spook them out of the front of the boat. I'm looking around for what the best fish is, and right there you can see that big white chin. So I line that up, make sure it's a nice legal fish, and take the shot. Alright, so in this clip it looks like I'm dropping back down the stern, kind of approaching it cautiously from the side. You can see the big propeller of the boat right there, totally sunk into the ground. And you know, there's just so many fish there, so I was seeing if I could get another go and try to pull another one out from back there. Try to keep your movements really slow underwater. A lot of times jerking the gun around, moving your head or your hands fast, that'll spook fish. But if you can swim at a steady pace, you know, not point your body in the direction of the fish, a lot of times they'll be a lot more comfortable with your presence, and it'll give you more time to get a shot off. And I do just want to note for the people who don't know me, I have a commercial license, so even though this is above the recreational limit for what I'm shooting, the commercial limit allows me to shoot more fish than the average person per day, so it is legal what I'm doing. So that's the boat there. I think we'd switched over, so now we're just tied up to a little pot that was right behind the wreck, so the anchor had been swinging around as the tide switched. Getting back in the boat, dumping my fish off. It's a 17-foot Mako. I've had it for, I think, 4 years now. It's a pretty sweet boat. Perfect boat for the bay, and I've taken it offshore a few times as well, so pretty versatile craft that gets a lot of use.
Alright, you can shoot 2 more. You can shoot 2 more.
Are you just shooting whatever you see?
No?
Try to find the fucking big one.
I'll just, no, it's fine. I'll just come.
Have you seen the big one or no?
I'll just come. I'm gonna stop spearfishing. I'll just come swim with you and try to get a video of you shooting one.
Alright, so yeah, I think I might have said it in the video, but I can't really hear it right now while I'm doing the voiceover. But at this point, I'd shot half the limit, and I decided to get in the water and just film Sean. So we're cruising along. His fin gets stuck here, so I freed him up. And right away, I think he sees a fish on this dive. Yeah, right there. So he starts lining up. It's coming from our right side. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but right there. And right away I could see that it was not a great shot. It was a little bit high. So I got in there and I tried to get my hands on it just in a last-ditch effort, but no good. He swam away. And you know, it's a bummer, but it is part of the reality of spearfishing. You lose some of the fish. So that was unfortunate, but luckily Sean was able to get back down there within a few dives and get some redemption. So here's that clip. See that nice white chin, big fish, and that's a solid shot. So Sean just swims off to the surface, not having to worry about that fish going anywhere. Nice. Alright, so yeah, that's a wrap for this video. I'm definitely going to make some more, try to maybe get a little more into editing. Thanks for watching. And yeah, look forward to some more videos coming out soon.